All right, y'all. We got 20 minutes left of this video, part two, y'all. I didn't really mean to stop it right there, but you know, I end up doing it on accident, so you gonna let it keep moving. But I pulled it back here, and this is right when the part where we see the video with General Mahaiman telling those brothers that well, let me just let it play.
His sword, became a traitor, and wrote a whole Declaration of Independence to leave the truth. Then did a whole nother video saying he was right to leave the truth. And I know sometimes things like that, you can take it personal if you're from the same zone as the person that did it. Don't take it personal, Akim. Don't worry about that. You brothers, your reputation is sound. You understand me, Iran? You understand me, Knock? Don't care about him. Sometimes that happens every 10 years or so. Some brother, Rambo Ya'ala, he's just getting high. He's smoking weed. He's having sex with prostitutes. He's beating his wife probably to death.
Now, you see how he said that this man is getting high and doing this, having sex with prostitutes, but behind him, you was accused and was caught smoking crack behind one of the schools. Why you?
Wait a minute, man. And that's allegations. We don't know. We don't know if General Mahaiman was caught smoking crack. But, if you were caught smoking crack, that would be a great testimony, because you don't look like you smoke crack. But that would be an excellent testimony to see the Most High brought brothers, separated brothers from crack. But, if you were caught smoking it at the school, that's kind of crazy. But you still was able to, or you still battling. You know what I'm saying? But it could be a great testimony. My mom is dealing with, drug abuse. My sister is dealing with drug abuse. It could be a great testimony. And I tell them that all the time, but if they ever overcome that thing, man, it can be a great testimony. You can be such a help. You in a position to be such a great light. But that drug abuse, man, crack is a beast, man.
Don't confess and talk about your sin. You see what I'm saying, bro? You see how they talk about the other brothers who left because they no longer with their school. So their secrets is not kept with us now, and we're gonna degrade them. But you smoke crack yourself.
No, quick one. He's actually talking about, because they named him two names, Matazawa and Rambo Ya'ala. So it's the same person talking about Matazawa. But he's bearing false witness, saying, he's probably doing all of these things, smoking crack, sleeping with prostitutes, basically to degrade his character. So,
and that's what has to happen within cults. They have to, those who leave, they have to assassinate their character.
What they do is that when you leave the ISUPK, what they want to do is character assassination to make people believe that you was never a good brother. You was one of the rebels. That's why you had to leave the ISUPK. This is what they do. This is what they do. And they make all the members of the ISUPK turn against you. All the brothers that you once was cool with, now they're against you because Mahaiman and General Yohana's against you. That's what they do. They turn people against you.
Right.
They sow discord amongst brothers. That's what they do. They sow discord amongst brothers.
I want everybody to look. Yeah, I want everybody to look at this picture of this nigga here. Is this somebody who you can trust? Look at this. You can see that this nigga is a pure liar on his face. Look how he talk.
And not only that, man, he can also shave his beard. Ahayim can grow a beard. But
I think that nigga's the undercover sugar ass up in that school.
He undercover something.
I'm being honest, man. Cause any nigga talking about another nigga's rod, man, nigga, please. What? Come on, man. That's suspect right there.
I mean, consistently on a regular basis, always talking about the male private area of other men is definitely suspect, because real men ain't going to be talking about another man's private area. I wouldn't. That wouldn't be on my mind, talking about another man's hammer, like constantly. Why a straight man talking about another man's penis? It don't make sense. Like, that's the last thing should be on. Not even the last thing. It just shouldn't be on your mind, period, unless you into that kind of behavior. The scripture says, as a man think if he would do it. This man always talking about rods. Why? Like, we'll keep it going.
He's probably beating his wife to death, and he doesn't want us to find out. I'm going to find out anyway. His wife is going to call me and tell me all about it. I'm going to find a brother who buys 3 shoes. Do you hear me? He buys three Jordans now. He got 3 Jordans. He goes to the shoe store. You know how you buy some boots to go to camp? When I find a new man to marry Rambo Ya'Allah's wife that stays in the truth when he leaves her, that brother buys 3 boots. He got to buy a Jordan for that thing.
Oh my God, bro.
I mean, and the guy, he's not even funny though.
And he's saying this because he's saying, hey, man, you know what? I'm going to give his wife, to this individual. I'm going to make sure his wife get ran through. And that's what I was saying, when these organizations give you their wife, she may not leave with you. That may not be your wife. You got to be careful of that. You got to be careful with that. That may not be your wife. She may be married to ISUPK. And you just borrowed her. But once you leave ISUPK, that's no longer your wife.
No, but you see how they're making a joke of the whole, it's a mad situation, and they're making it worse by making a joke of it. Right?
They just trying to be a cheerleader with that dude, man.
He's not.
The nigga didn't say nothing that was funny. I didn't hear nothing he said that was funny.
It wasn't funny.
What was so funny? And do I want to put this shit out there? If I tell the truth,
and my brother was, saying excuse the language, but then he just going in, but Israel, man.
I'm gonna tell the truth. 100 years ago, man, there was a man that came to the school.
These are not the views and opinions of the channel, the holder of the channel. But we gotta let Israel speak.
Even I know about it. Wanted to kill this nigga because he said that this nigga tried to do something with his son. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't give a damn what nigga don't like it. I think your hunter was a little sweet ass before he came into school. Okay?
Well,
because for you to try to, can I say this quick? Because for you to go, Comb, you just don't turn sweet. And if you a man of God, what you interested in a child, a little boy at that? The nigga tried to take the boy up to Tam, Connecticut, and had a nigga, go down on the nigga. You understand? That's facts. Right? And if your hunter, your fat ass is listening, you can come on here and let's talk about it, nigga. Cause I ain't running from your ass. I ain't scared of your ass.
I knew.
All right, I'm straight.
I knew Johanna was sweet because there was this video they showed of him back in the day when Johanna was trying to sell DVDs and stuff. I don't know if he had not the Black Watch show or whatever show it was, but he had like the
Black Watch show was in the early 90s.
Well, he had on his shirt like this brown looking collar shirt or whatever it was with like plaids all over with like a little bush. And he was on there talking about you need to get these videos or whatever like that. And it was like all this information. He had a homosexual aura on him then. And I remember years ago, I kept looking, I was like, why did this guy look effeminate? I kept saying that years ago. I don't know if I can find that video or somebody from GMS might have it. But if you look at this video of Johanna back then, he got a sweet suspect aura on him. And this is before I ever knew about the whole thing with the boys. I kept saying to myself, this guy looked like he's suspect. You know what I mean?
The nigga used to be a wrestler in high school, man. He was grabbing on men, so that nigga, you know, come on.
You know, I used to wrestle in high school. So and I'm not that way, so we can't just say because the man was wrestling. But if he had on the little blouse, kind of little shirts, I know they used to wear them little Tazadakia. He used to have on some of that. Look like, you know, from the old, like the pilgrims used to wear, or from the old Frenchmen, where the little blouses had the little curly flowery thing on there. It may have looked a little zesty. That could be possible. It came in and looked like, you know, little Cheeto dust.
Well, look at this guy here. Malakma Ma'a Ban Yashaka. This guy says, hey, I'd rather get fed the deed than love the oppressor. So you telling me right now, remember, think about this, family. They did this to us in slavery. They was butt breaking the.
That brother said, I ain't even gonna repeat what the brother said. But you know, man, you know, I ain't got no words for that foolishness, man. Israel, y'all gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta stop, man.
Real men. It shows the hypocrites in these guys. Okay? So when I questioned them, General Mahayman made a public class about me leaving the school because I questioned the judgment that was given, because if someone threatened commanding General Yohana and the men close to him, the school would be in an uproar. And I agree. They would do anything for Yohana. See, I've been to one of the ISUPK cookouts. He got to have bodyguards standing around him. You can't even walk up to Yohana. They protect him like he's Farrakhan because they think, oh, he's going to assassinate the general. Nobody don't want no Yohana. He ain't nobody important.
He never was nobody important and never will be. He just an overweight damn shrimp nigga that's a liar to the people, and that's all that nigga gonna be. And yeah. In what, 2011?
2011. A brother posted a screenshot of a female talking about why they left the house of Israel recently. And the sister says she left the house of Israel because the guy that I don't like, shower paw, and another guy slept with somebody else's wife, and Zabak covered it up.
Oh my God.
And matter of fact, let me go get the screenshot so I can show y'all. And I said, I ain't surprised because that's what they do.
He said he ain't surprised because that's what they do. And he's known Zabak for a long time. Remember, I did a video on his leader, Elder Quanoff. And Elder Quanoff is married to a sister for 22, 25 plus years. That used to be with Elder Zabak. They go back 30 years. But this stuff, it goes on. This is part of the culture within Israel.
They do it in all the congregations.
They do it in all the congregations. You wondering why so many camps are splitting up? And we're treating this thing like a darn bikers club, like Sons of Anarchy. And we having the same kind of problems within these organizations. Jokers just can't come, get the word, teach the word, and go home.
Love sleeping with somebody else's wife. Why? Why? And the worst part about it, y'all, that I keep telling y'all in Israel, it ain't really the men that has one wife. It's the dude that got multiple wives.
Uh-oh.
It's sleeping with other people's wives.
Uh-oh. You're already teaching you got multiple wives. Why you got to take somebody else's wife? All these women in the world. You can have as many as you want, and you still trying to sleep with your brother's wife.
They do. They do it in all the congregations.
And I'm going to tell you this too. It's the sisters too. Because these brothers ain't just forcing themselves on these sisters. These sisters are willingly sleeping with these brothers.
They love sleeping with somebody else's wife. Why? Why? And the worst part about it, y'all, that I keep telling y'all in Israel, it ain't really the men that has one wife. It's the dude that got multiple wives. It's sleeping with other people's wives. Or the dudes that get up in rank and get a little power. Now they want to sleep with somebody else's wife.
No, but I'll tell you why they do that, yeah. Is because they want to show power and dominance over another brother. Say, oh yeah, you know, you're weak. I can sleep with your wife. I can treat her anyhow. I can take her from you. They have that type of spirit, that type of controlling spirit over them. That's why they do that, to disrespect other brothers. That's why they do that. That's why they do that. Because what type of shit that you have in your mind? Why you want to sleep with another brother's wife?
Like, to me,
They want to.
No, go ahead.
They want to have control over your woman, and they want to have control over you as well, your household, your everything.
The thing about that is that a lot of these guys, like I said before, man, they are wicked. They don't have no power, bro. They only got the power that the people would give them. If you giving people power over you,
I'm going to tell y'all this too. Y'all having these councils, you know, eventually it gets out. Eventually those people in those councils, eventually something else happens, then something else happens, and then these people leave because it never gets checked. And now it's leaking all over the place. It's all over the net. Then brothers like Brother Phineas doing videos on it because you done let it leak all over the place. Even though I knew before this. You just can't speak on it because I'm not there. Only hearing one side. But now you done let it leak all over the place, man. You done let it happen again. And again and again.
then this is what you're going to get. But this sister here says,
Oh, Lab Yawana, yeah, I know that sister, yeah.
why we left our camp, because Shawapar, which is an HOI, and I guess this is Anna, had sex with another man's wife, and Kahan Zabak covered it up. None of you are fit to lead a flock, adulterer, bums, liars, wicked. See that? Look, lesbians, right?
And I think the sister was saying that allegedly that was him and his wife sleeping with another man's. That's why she put the lesbians and beggars and all of that in there.
That's me.
And y'all remember we posted that one, and I said, well, he said this for a reason. He made this video and said this statement for a reason. Well, now we know the reason.
Don't inbox me. So if you see me and you want to know the real, look me in my eyes and ask me, and I'll reveal it to you, and I'll send you in the direction you need to get the rest of your answers from. But I'm not a slanderer. I don't lie. I'm not a hypocrite. And I ain't trying to f nobody's wife. And I ain't forced prophesy. You know what I'm saying? So for all those different things that I left congregations for, yeah, I left for sin. But still, even through that, it was none of y'all niggas' business.
It's usually because of sin, y'all. Very rarely is it doctrinal.
Beggars, right? Like I told y'all before, because it's a lot of lesbians in the Israelite community. You have a lot of witches in the Israelite community. You have a lot of warlocks in the Israelite community. Israel was into everything that they were into back in the ancient days when they knew who they was Israel, and they into it right now again. It's crazy, and they caught up in a fantasy, thinking that this is how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be worshiping your elders. You're not supposed to be worshiping the so-called leaders. These leaders should not be millionaires and having all this money and doing all these different things and living on a high life while everybody else in the congregation is suffering and taking SSI checks and 20% high holy days.
You know, your hunter had an oil business back in the early 90s, man, and had men on their tables, man, for like maybe about half a year. And they was giving this man, they was working on them tables like 10 or 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. They was giving him at least, if I had to be honest about it, they was giving this nigga about $3,000 per man, maybe. You know, this nigga didn't get him a dime. He used to buy them chicken wings and Subway tokens to get home and come back every day. This is what this nigga did, you know, for about 6 months.
Now, that may be some hyperbole there with his speech. Maybe exaggerating a bit, but I don't know. But I did see Maharaka from Army of Israel. Salute to him. I have seen him mention the oil tables and how sometimes they would just keep a little bit for themselves. They wouldn't turn in everything. They'll pinch off a little bit. But yeah, there was an oil business and brothers out there and had to bring all the money back. And then I think either they kept 10% of what they made and had to tithe out of the 10% that they made. Come on, y'all.
But I studied some of that stuff. I don't have a problem with Jabari, but Jabari said they kept trying to call me a homosexual. But when I went to their school, these guys in there oiling each other up, doing push-ups and working out. Why is another man oiling up another man?
Oh my.
Now, I did see Jabari say this a few years back. This is when they first went to, it may have been the first time he went inside of their school, and Sinetta came in there. So they knew they were going to be on camera, and they probably was just trying to lift weights and look strong at the door, because they going to be maybe on film in front of the door. They heard he was on the way, so they went and, maybe got juiced up and put some oil on for the camera.
Good.
Think about that.
What school you went to and saw that?
Backy stuff is that, bro?
What school?
Grown man.
You mean these niggas had baby oil on each other? Like going to one of P. Diddy's parties or something? Damn.
Yo.
And see, the thing is, they say that we are haters. They love showing a video of Abiyala.
Yo, I'm gonna correct that. We are haters. We hate the evil shit you niggas is doing.
They don't talk this. No man. We have no power. No man.
Now, this is a video from the actual brother from ISUPK where General Muhammad said he would give his wife over to a joker that had to wear 3 shoes.
Let me make sure this is turned up. Yep, here we go.
For all those who just watch my class, I know you see their members are jumping into my class, defending a man who's saying he's willing to take my wife and give her to another man so that they commit adultery. But this is the home of the truth. This is where righteousness stems from. But they defend a man saying he's willing to give my wife to another man so they commit adultery.
Now that brother, the video clip that we just played is the brother that's no longer with ISUPK, and General Mahayim is talking about he's going to get this man wife away. They was doing this back in the old school. So I got another clip.
They were doing this back at the old school, and we did a video on it when the brother, we talked about, you know, the sister being in an abusive relationship, and the brother end up, you know, putting his hands on the sister, and I think they end up putting the brother out, and the sister wanted to get remarried. You know, they had situations like that. I don't think that's what he's talking about here, though, but that was just another reference to, you know, something similar, but I think that's a different case.
We're going to play showing that where I guess Mahayim saying he's going to do this, I believe.
Yep.
To show y'all that these guys are doing this, and these are guys who claim that they're the leaders of the nation. And people believe these men. Famous now, they want to be talking to rappers and doing all the stuff that they was condemning brothers for doing years ago, saying we shouldn't be making rap videos and rap music, it's a waste of time, and all the stuff that they used to say don't do. Everybody doing now. We shouldn't have white people in the cap. Everybody doing it now. We don't know who anybody can be an Israelite now. Everybody doing everything that they said they wouldn't do years ago when I first came into the truth. Why? Because it's all about getting paid. You don't know what.
Why you think Ariel let Chazadakia come up in there with that satanic ass doctrine? Because he was gonna get paid in the shade. That's why. Chazadakia was given $50 million.
I've heard this allegation a few different times from a few different people that there was a check written, a blank check. I heard there was a blank check written at one point. I never heard the 50 million, but Tazadak, the brother who called himself the Comforter, you know, I was wondering, like, how did he get so bold to say, man, I'm the Comforter? But that's because he had $50 million. That makes a little more sense. 50 million may make you crazy enough to say, man, you know what? I'm the Comforter. Especially if somebody gave you a check for 50 million. They don't even with the brother said, I still don't really believe this happened. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Just so many people saying that. I don't know, bro.
And spent it all and went back to the Rosicrucians to ask for more money.
Then wanted some more. And he was riding around in Lambos, vacation houses, you know, popping the door up on these Joker. Joker had Boys to Men singing at the Passover. He was singing Into the Road at the Passover with an Israelite twist on it.
Did you know that, Sham?
That's crazy. I was gonna say, Sham, as well, yeah, is that they think they're above reproach. They think, and this is why what the brother was having a problem with, because he wanted to take General Mahayim to counsel, and because of that now, General Mahayim turned the whole congregation of the ISUPK against him, all because there was a hit put out on him and his men. So all he wanted to do is get a counsel. So Mahayim wasn't giving him no counsel, and this is the problem.
You know why?
Who's gonna take these?
And maybe too, I'm like, well, if so, you sided with the people who put the hit out. Like, is that what y'all did? That you sided with the brothers who said, I'm finna kill this Joker. That's who you sided with? That's who you got on video and said, your respect and your honor is intact? And that could have been out of fear, man. You might probably scared of them crazy, bro. But man, I pray that's not the issue. I pray that's not how this thing played out. And pray that y'all still trying to figure this thing out. Because like I said there, you may still have reverence for them, but they may not have that same reverence for you.
Bitch, who's gonna take these people to a tribunal or a council when they do wrong? Who?
Right. And the thing is, the reason why he wouldn't take a counsel, brother, because anytime somebody hop don't want to take a counsel because it's guilt, or they know that they're wrong, they want to get caught out there. So they don't want to look bad in front of everybody else. Remember, Mahayim before, right? It was a report that General Mahayim got caught behind one of the Israelite schools smoking crack by troopers, right?
My bad. Y'all had this in part 1. I got these clips all over the place.
Right? He was smoking
So we
crack.
only got 2 minutes left.
Right? And they like, why? How you a leader, but you smoking crack? You're doing drugs. You're the same guy that's telling everybody and telling Chris Rock to go sleep with Will Smith's wife and go get the best cocaine and crack from here because down here isn't no good.
Yeah, I remember that too. He said, I think I did a video on that. But yeah, the general said so-and-so ain't got no good crack. That's what they say. Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. That's what they say? Who told you? Who told you? Who told you them folks ain't got the... He said, well, Philly got the best crack or something like that, man. I'm like, wait a minute, man. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. Tell on yourself.
Well, how you know that this coke and crack ain't no good unless you're using it? Like, ask yourself all these things, man. The man been told everybody who he was.
Wanted to do.
And the other thing as well, yeah, is that I'm going to address the financial abuse as well. No one actually talks about that. The fact that they're having brothers work 10, 12 hours and they're giving damn near the whole paycheck up to the generals. It's like a Ponzi scheme. You give it up to the general of the Midwest. He gives it up to the top generals and then they just keep it for themselves. And then you have the guys at the bottom starving. They can't even pay their rent or have money to buy food.
And that's what I'm saying. Them young wolves, man, when they start getting hungry, that'll cool. It may not be an attack. If he's threatening the captains, he may start threatening generals. Man, y'all be careful.
Right. Where's that lawful in the scriptures? Where do you find that
in the other church? And it's not lawful.
It's
they
not
was
lawful.
In the Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ. They was taking brothers SSI check. They was taking that 20% high holy day fees, robbing brothers. Brothers was homeless. It's so much sick stuff going on in the Israelite community. And it's just not the biggest camps is doing it the worst. ISUPK, IUIC, GOCC, all the stuff with Sakai and all this stuff is just sick. And I've been telling people, get away from these men. They're not godly. They don't believe in the most. It's the same thing all over again. These people are sick. They out their mind and they do wicked stuff. And this is why I tell y'all have to stay away from these people.
It's getting to the point, man. I think we got to leave that one west in the wilderness, man. We can't take it to the promised land. We got to leave that ideology in the wilderness. I pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. Shalom.